right here, right now, we have contact with the Cole brothers. I would say drummer Elliot and guitarist Ryan, and they're from the mighty Desert Storm from Oxford, UK. How are you guys doing?
Good, thank you.
Good,
Yeah.
yeah.
How are you?
I'm doing very good. Thank you very much. Yeah, first of all, it's an honor to have you guys here for Rock of Ages on AFM in the Netherlands.
Yes.
Yes,
Yeah,
it's
it's
good to be.
good to be on the show
Yeah.
finally. We've heard a lot
Finally,
about it.
yeah,
Yeah,
I
you've
know.
played us a few times now, so it's good
Yeah,
to
well,
be here.
more than a few times.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
yeah,
And
appreciate that.
congratulations, because the new album, Buried Under the Weight of Reason, is album of the month here. So there you go.
Thank you.
That
Yeah.
means a lot. Thank
Yeah,
you very
glad
much.
you
Yes,
like it.
it's well deserved. Yes. Um, we're going to talk about the new album, of course, but first, I would like to go in the past with you guys. 2007, was that the year that Desert Storm was born?
Yes, February
Yeah.
2007. Yeah.
Yeah,
And can you
yeah.
tell us a little bit about how it all started with the band?
Yeah. Obviously we're twins,
Yeah.
but the other guys we've been friends with like all our lives throughout school. Um, and our old school band was kind of finishing because a lot of the guys were going off to university. So we were looking to start a new band, and then um, just kind of had the idea to yeah, start Desert Storm basically, and then we had like the same lineup for like 14 years, 15 years or something.
Yeah, it's quite a long time.
Yeah.
And then our original bassist left. He couldn't really commit. Um, but yeah, for 15 years it was a pretty solid lineup. And then we had Matthew Dennett, our friend from Battalions. He played
Mhm.
bass for us for
3 years, wasn't it?
yeah, about 3 years. But he lived up north in Hull, so the commute down to jam with us in Oxford eventually took its toll a little bit, and he
It was like 4 hours each way for him. So
yeah,
Yes. Oh, yeah.
so he kind of had to bow out. Um, and then we know a guy called, well, Andy, who's in the band now. He used to be in a band called Beard of Zeus that we used to play with a lot. And we asked if he wanted to join, and he's a local
mm,
guy as well, so it's
yeah,
working well. With everybody's
Yeah.
available
Yeah.
to rehearse more, and
we've always been into the same sort of music as well. So um, yeah, it's good.
So
yes.
he fits very good in the band with the rest of the guys.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
we've been friends quite some time, so yeah,
Mm,
it's nice to get somebody in that we all knew,
Yeah.
rather
Yeah.
than because sometimes that's it. You might get another guy that can play the bass really well, but it's how is he gonna get on with everybody,
Yeah.
you got to be
Yeah.
able to like sit in a van together for
Yeah,
hours and stuff, and you know not get on each other's nerves. So
not
No.
too
No.
much
No.
anyway.
Yeah, it was very important that you can get along very well with each other. Yeah.
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 But you guys go way back, right? And um, I think your sound is it like stoner rock or desert rock of what kind of genre is Desert Storm actually? How do you
I
yourself
I I just I think we're just a heavy metal band,
heavy
basically.
metal?
Like
Yeah.
we've definitely, yeah. I mean, there's elements of stoner and there's sludge, and Matt's voice is quite death metal at
Yeah, yeah,
places.
it's very raw. Yeah.
Definitely, yeah. It's like there's not that many like stoner bands that really have those sort of vocals. So
Mm.
I feel like we get lumped into that genre quite a lot,
Hmm.
but I think we're just a heavy metal band. We fit on bills with death metal, black metal, even
Yeah.
grindcore. We played with grindcore bands. We played
Oh,
with
Awesome.
sludge
really?
bands. Like
Yeah, yeah,
yeah, like
Uh-huh.
we're playing with anyone, man. Like we're into all sorts of the genre ourselves. So
Yeah.
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
it's,
Yeah, that's good. Yeah. Um, and what are your personal favorite bands?
Black Sabbath. It's,
Yeah. Oh, there you
I
go.
mean,
Yeah.
we've got into them when we were like 8 years old.
Yeah.
So for us two especially,
yeah,
that
us two. Us two is like yeah, Sabbath and Zeppelin, Deep Purple, Metallica. Like
Yeah.
yeah. For Matt, I'd say it's probably like Tool and maybe Caius.
Yeah, yeah.
like his two kind of
Andy's really into like Wild Hearts.
yeah, Converge he likes, doesn't he?
Converge, yeah. Whores. He got us
Yeah.
into the. Do you know the band Whores? They're
Yeah,
fucking
yeah,
great.
yeah,
Sorry
nice.
if I can't. I shouldn't swear. Sorry. But really good band.
Yeah.
Definitely worth checking out.
Yeah. They're touring soon with Corrosion and Conformity, aren't
Yeah.
they? Yeah.
In the States, I
In the
think.
States,
Just
yeah.
just the US one.
Yeah, very good band.
Yeah,
Mm.
very nice. And all those bands, is it like influence for Desert Storm when you're creating music?
I mean, some of it, yeah.
At times, definitely,
Mhm.
yeah.
I mean, we get influenced by a lot of things though, because we're also into other sorts of music, like a
Yeah,
lot of blues comes into our sound as well. Like our other guitarist, he's very into like blues.
Yeah, yeah.
And
He brings a lot of the sort of more bluesy.
yeah,
There's some moments in the new album which has got some almost psychedelic bluesy jazzy parts and
yeah,
um yeah, some of that stuff's Chris's influences, isn't it? So
yeah,
yeah.
that's
Very
bit
cool.
Pink
nice.
Floyd
Yeah,
sometimes.
yeah. Pink Floyd, yeah, yeah,
Also, yeah, a little psychedelic in it. Yeah.
yeah.
Mhm. That's very nice. Yeah, the new album, Buried Under the Weight of Reason. It's a very long, awesome title. And but when did you guys?
It was gonna be longer, wasn't it?
Yeah,
It
yeah.
was almost burdened and buried under the weight of reason.
That
Oh,
was
yeah.
what it was. Yeah, it was too long, so we shortened it a little bit. But
Yeah.
Yeah. When did you guys start writing for the new album?
uh,
A year and a half ago, maybe 2 years.
probably more like 2 years ago, something.
Takes a long time because
Mhm, yeah.
we don't want to rush songs, and then it's like the recording process alone probably took 6 months
Yeah,
to record and then mix and master, because it's always like as and when people can make it, like try and do it on weekends, but then a lot of the time people are busy, so we end up having to use holiday and things like
Yeah.
that.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Um,
yeah. We cut our tour down last year to do it. Usually we would like try and tour longer in Europe, but
mm,
I think we only did about 4 shows, didn't we?
I
Rather
think
than
so,
like
yeah.
2 weeks, and then like the rest of it was in the studio. So
Mhm.
yeah, it's quite hard finding the time, but
Yeah, I can imagine. Yeah. And where does a storm composition starts? Because you have something in your mind, perhaps. And what's the
It's
the the basic
usually
the
sort of
base for a song for a new song?
well, often it's based around a riff,
Yeah.
um, and then kind of jam on that, and then see which direction it takes us, really.
Yeah.
yeah, that's kind of how most of it works, really. There's been a few songs where me or Chris will have like more than just one riff.
Mhm.
Maybe we'll have half a song,
Yeah,
um, and obviously they're kind of they come together a bit quicker, don't they, when they're like that? But
yeah.
um, the lyrics are always sort of like the last thing.
That's
Matt is often when we're jamming new ideas, he'll often just sit there with a notepad and like brainstorm ideas. Like it'll be just random words which come
Mm.
to his mind,
Yeah.
and then he'll go off on, if he finds a cool word and thinks that suits the style of the song, then he'll like take it in a certain direction. He's kind of like writes poetry almost
Yeah,
Oh,
when he's
really? Yeah.
writing out.
Oh,
Yeah, a
nice.
lot of the time it's like quite a lot of words, and sometimes it's really cool, but sometimes we sort of say, maybe shorten it a bit, and
mm,
but yeah, he's a very good lyricist, I think.
yeah.
Very nice.
Some of
Yeah.
it's like all made up as well. It's like fiction, isn't it? And then you've got
Yeah,
like other songs which is about personal experiences. So
bit of everything.
kind of yeah, depends on the song on the
Yeah.
mood, I guess.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
it's a very diverse kind of lyrics you have.
yeah,
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 totally.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And then
usually all of
and
it's
then
quite dark though.
yeah. 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 And then you have the lyrics and then the riff and you build the song up like an ultimate
Yeah,
composition.
Exactly. Yeah.
that's it. Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
there's
And
sometimes there's songs that don't make it, and we're like,
No.
we sit on it for a while and we're like, no, we're not
Wow.
feeling it. Um,
Mm.
Sometimes parts of songs end up in other songs.
Yeah.
It can be quite a long thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But was it difficult to top the last record?
Um, I don't know really. We try not to think about that really. I think we just
It's sort of just a natural progression, isn't it?
yeah, you
Really?
Yeah.
just focus on the task at hand and uh
Yeah. I think the production's definitely
yeah,
more beefy on the new album than the
More
last one.
beefy.
Yeah,
heavier
Yeah.
bass like
yeah,
Mhm.
um we went for a more distorted bass tone this time,
Mhm.
which I think really worked.
Yeah, sounds very
Complement
heavy.
yeah,
complemented the guitars really well, I think.
yeah. It gives it a lot of power. It's
Mm,
good. But yeah, as in terms of like topping the album, I guess like yeah, we always try to push ourselves. Like I when I come up with riffs, like there's so many riffs that are scrap
mm.
before I settle on something, which I'm like most of the time if I record a riff on my phone, I'll know if I want to use it when I listen to it again the next day. If I still like it, then I'm like, okay, that's got something.
And then see how it
Okay,
sounds to
that's
an
good.
amp as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
sometimes like I'm like, okay, that's cool, and I listen the next day, and it's like,
Mm.
no,
Another thing I think as well is um which is really important when you're doing an album is like getting the flow right for the track
Mhm.
listing,
yeah,
Yeah.
because sometimes if it's in the wrong order it can it can be the difference from a really good album to
yeah, yeah,
not so good album.
Yeah.
So we wrote as a band maybe like 6 or 7 different track listing orders to see what worked the best,
mm.
and there was like and see what the majority of us agreed on, and there was a few changes, wasn't
There
there?
was a few, yeah,
But this definitely seemed to be the one. Well, it was the one we settled on
mm.
because it worked the best, and yeah, it felt most natural.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. Yeah. And
yeah.
how do you decide the order of the songs? Which is the first song, second song? Is it something that you is it
Well,
difficult to decide? Also because it's on
Yeah,
vinyl, which songs on side A and which songs on side B?
yeah, some of it's to do with because we use a lot of different tunings.
Yeah.
So, sometimes you can put some songs uh, in
it's
the lower tunings if they're before certain songs that can make the other songs sound
not as heavy. Yeah,
because they're
Mhm.
light.
definitely. Like that's kind of like the second song on the album is in a lower tuning than the first one.
Yeah,
If it
Yeah.
was the other way around, it definitely would have.
lost the power a little
Yeah,
bit,
yeah,
I
I
think.
think so. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Um, and then yeah, just I don't know. There's quite a lot of things you have to take into consideration when you're doing it, really. And
Yeah.
Sometimes it's like the speed of a song. I think on the last album we went for more of a fast paced song to open the record,
Mhm.
whereas this time we were like, well, let's go for just power and riff and kind of
yeah,
something with a bit more of a mid tempo kind
that
of.
was actually Andy's idea to start with that one, wasn't
Yeah,
it? Which was a good idea. And I think from Woodsman into Cut Your Teeth, when we wrote those 2 songs, it's the first time we've actually ever done it. Is where we've kind of like deliberately wrote it so one flows into the other,
Yeah.
and that's the way we intend to play it live as well. So we
so it sort of stops and then
yeah,
bang straight into
so we
something.
kind of had that idea that when we had it on the album that those two were going to be together anyway. Um, yeah,
Yeah, so yeah, but because that's very important also. You can make a fantastic record and it's sounding very cool, but you also have to play it live and have in mind that okay, we're gonna also bring it to the audience on a live stage.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you've definitely got to think about whether it can work live.
yeah,
Yeah,
Um, that's actually been a bit of a challenge for us for the past 3 years, hasn't it? Because like
mm.
you know,
it is,
not
yeah.
not not having the second guitar live has been a bit
Yeah.
difficult.
There's some songs from some previous albums when we just can't really do them as a 4 piece.
Yeah.
because they're written with two guitars, you know.
Oh yeah.
But
Yeah.
most of the time we've
Most of them we can sort of pull them off, but
Yeah.
there's a couple that are a bit more difficult.
But how do you fill it up with one guitar?
I'll just turn up.
Okay. Louder. Okay.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
I started to when we played at Desert Fest Antwerp back in
Yeah.
October. It was actually the first time that I've used like full amp stacks before,
Yeah.
but this was the first time where I actually had a second guitar cab on the other side of the stage.
Mhm.
So it sort of had that sort of two guitar kind of. It filled out
yeah,
the room better,
it was good.
and I think I'm going to be doing that a lot more. I
Okay.
think
Yeah.
that was a good move. So yeah.
But can we still hear the new bass player on stage then?
No.
He's just got a new amp, hasn't he?
Yeah, yeah,
It's
yeah.
really
Okay.
loud.
Okay.
So
Yeah. He needed to get something louder.
he
We
did.
said
Yeah,
to him like you got to buy something to play louder. So he got is it a Mark
Mark
bass.
bass. Yeah,
Yeah.
Mhm.
yeah, very loud
Yeah.
amp.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also the cover of the new album, the front cover, it's just amazing. Can you tell us a little bit about the artwork for the new album?
Yeah, it's a guy from Poland,
Hmm.
Ka Kacper
Gilka.
Gilka. Yeah,
Yeah.
sorry. He's really good artist. I think Matt came across his work, didn't he?
Hmm.
When we were sort of throwing ideas around for an artist. Um, and yeah, we were just kind of we got in touch with him, and he seemed keen to do it. And we were just sort of throwing ideas at him, like lyrical themes for the album.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a lot of the imagery that you see within that circle
Yeah.
is certain parts of songs or certain parts of the lyrics in the songs
All
that
right.
Matt
Okay.
wanted featured in the art.
Yeah.
Um, so probably best to talk to Matt more on that one because he's
Yeah, but I mean, when we spoke to the artist, we didn't want to limit him too much. We
No.
wanted to give him a lot of freedom as well. So we said, like, these are some rough ideas,
Hmm.
but you know,
take it where you want.
do your thing, yeah.
Yeah.
Because yeah,
Yeah.
and then it was just a few back and forths.
Yeah, it wasn't much, was it?
Yeah,
I think
he came up with the color as well.
yeah.
He said, "I want to do the color," and then we didn't know what to expect. We certainly weren't
No.
expecting the sort of burgundy thing
It's,
at all, really, on the outside of it. And
it's
uh,
quite nice because it's different. The last couple of albums that we've done, like we've never had that sort of color on the
no,
CD or vinyl
No.
before. So like we've had like the green of Death Rattle, the blue of Omens, for example, and now we've kind of got the sort
mm,
of ready one. I like
Yeah.
that when you look at a band's merch stand and you got different colors for the records and stuff.
yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, I
That's
think
cool.
that's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And can you explain the album title? Buried under the weight of reason.
there's not much to explain with that, really.
Oh.
We were just we were out of rehearsal, and
It was one of Matt's ideas, wasn't it?
yeah, so he'd had a load of I think there were song titles that he'd just sort of written down, but they never got used, and
Mm.
he was just reading a load of titles out, and that was one of them which kind of stood out.
Yeah, to us too, we were like, that sounds cool.
Yeah,
That sounds heavy. It sounds like something Crowbar, sounds like a
yeah,
Crowbar
Yeah.
lyric or
Yeah. Yeah.
something. So
and it suited the sound of the album, I think,
yeah, it's definitely a bit heavier, isn't it? So um, and yeah, the other guys seem to like that one the most as well. I
Yeah,
can't remember what the other ideas were now, to be honest.
no,
No.
but
No.
yeah,
That's the one that
Yeah.
stuck. So
but
That's
it
the
was
one. Yeah, and that's
yeah,
the one, and it fits
originally.
very well. Yeah. Um, we already said about live shows. You guys going to promote the album, of course, live. But I've looked into the tour section, but no shows in the Netherlands yet. How come?
nothing. I know. We love playing Holland,
Yeah.
Netherlands, I should say. We love it.
Yeah.
It's one of our favourite places to go. I mean, because it's so close to the UK as well, we'll always
Yeah.
generally stop in Belgium and then go on to Holland, and then.
Mhm.
But for some reason, we just didn't. It didn't really work on the routing, and we
Yeah,
we wanted to add some dates, but some of the other guys couldn't do too many more dates.
The first show that we've got on the tour in Hamburg, it was almost going to be in Eindhoven, but
Oh,
um,
Venues were
it
booked.
just nothing. It couldn't work. So it's gonna have to be probably starting next year now.
We'll definitely be back. We'll definitely.
okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and in the meantime, we will play a lot of from your songs at Rock of Ages, so
Awesome. Thank
people
you.
won't forget about you.
Cheers, man.
Last question. What are your personal highlights with Desert Storm? Is that a live
Gotta be
gig or
Bloodstock, innit?
something, or
It's got to be main stage Bloodstock. That was
yeah,
awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's about
Yes.
10,000 people at like 10:30 in the morning.
Yeah. Playing with Clutch were playing on the same day. And they're one of my favourite bands as well.
Opeth, Clutch,
Hatebreed,
Hatebreed,
Green Lung,
Rottingquist. They
what's
were
the
there.
rest? Yeah, Grand Magus.
It
Oh,
was
there's a
just,
lot of good bands.
it was
Yeah,
awesome.
yeah.
That's
But are
the
you
biggest gig
nervous
for
for
us.
some kind of gig?
Oh yeah. Usually have to use the toilet a few times before we go on stage.
I mean, I'm nervous at every gig, to be honest, but
Yeah, really.
I think it's a good thing. Like if I wasn't nervous, I think there's something wrong. It shows that you care. Like
Yeah.
I mean, it was awesome. It's such a good experience. I think that's probably for all of us in the band. It's
Yeah.
probably the highlight. I mean, we've done some really cool shows with some good bands. We've toured with some good bands. You know, Orange Goblin, Cavell Attack,
Karma to Burn.
Karma to Burn. We've done shows with Crowbar at Dynamo in
Yeah,
Eindhoven, and
great.
yeah, it was we've done some good stuff. But I think for us, in terms of like big festival, that was it, really, wasn't it?
Definitely, yeah.
Yeah,
Mm.
yeah. So, are there any things that you still would like to do with the band?
Oh yeah.
Hellfest.
Hellfest is
Hellfest in
yeah.
France. Yeah.
Yeah.
That would be great.
Download obviously as well.
Download, yeah. World tour with Metallica.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh,
Okay.
Go to the States, that would be fun.
yeah, that would be awesome. South America. Yeah, lots of things really.
More big festivals in Netherlands.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's good. Yeah.
Into the Grave, that would be
Into the
fun.
grave.
Yeah.
Maybe
Paul Van Berlo,
Yeah.
book us.
Into the grave. The Dynamo Fest in the Netherlands, perhaps. Dynamo Metal Fest.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
that
it,
would be
man.
great. Yeah,
It would be awesome. Yeah.
would be
We've done
great.
Into the Void, that was cool. Into
Oh,
the
yeah.
Void was fun.
Yeah.
That was cool.
You cut half your finger off, didn't you? Just before that, there.
That was an interesting show. I had a fingernail surgically removed.
Oh, no way. Oh,
Oh, it was horrible. It was so painful, and
yeah.
I had to play this show, and it was really difficult.
And then,
It was horror.
one of the guitar amps didn't work either. So you and Chris kind of had to play half a set
We
each.
split a set. So when he played, I went to the bar, come back with some shots, and then I played the next song, and he went to the bar and come back with some shots. It was
Oh, that
Not
works
ideal,
fine.
but
Yeah, why not?
yeah.
All right, guys. Well, yeah, it was really, really great talking to you guys, man. It was amazing.
You too,
yeah,
Kevin.
it's a pleasure.